same exact lineups for the most part
Now batting,
for
number
both
34,
teams.
Bailey King.
Bailey King will be the leadoff batter again for the Hillcats of Rogers State. We are about ready for first pitch on the second game. And umpire says play ball. And we'll get one from Ansley here shortly. It'll be Ansley and Victoria. First pitch is a strike, and we are underway. That'd be Victoria Hughes behind the plate doing the catching as Charlie Jackson gets a break. And it would be the same defensive alignment where you have Wilhelm and tried to bunt on that pitch. Unsuccessful. She did. And they appeal, and that'll be strike two. So it'll be Wilhelm, Madewell, Curry, and Drake in the infield, and Winkfield, Jones, and Dixon in the outfield. Ainsley throws that pitch outside for ball one. So King has, after that game, her average is now at 295 for the Hillcats. And swings through that pitch, that fabulous drop ball that Ainsley's known for strikeout number one and out number one in the top half of the first inning.
Number 10, Riley Bush.
So that'll bring up Riley Bush, number 10, who is the left fielder for the Hillcats. The freshman is now batting .284 on the year for the Hillcats. First pitch to her is swung on and grounded to Curry. Over to Wilhelm, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So now that'll bring up.
Now batting, number 1, Mariah Belzer.
That'll bring up Mariah Belzer. The junior shortstop is batting .287 on the year after that first game. Ainsley's having to shield her face from the sun to get the pitch call from her pitching coach. First one is in there for strike one.
Ainsley has an ERA of 2.43 this year. She's 11-1. Her one loss coming this past weekend against OKBU.
And the 0-1 is hit, and Curry dives and stops it, throws from the knees, and gets the out. Incredible play. Put that on Sports Center top 10. That was an incredible play. All right, welcome back to Golden Sun Softball as we head to the bottom half of the first inning with the score remains scoreless, and we had an incredible play by the shortstop Maya Curry to end the top half of the inning. And Anna Winkfield was stepping to the box for the Golden Suns. Junior is now averaging .306 on the year. And that first pitch to her is outside. The Golden Suns would be facing Kinsley Hill. She's a freshman with an ERA of 1.840 with a 10-4 record and 91 and a third innings pitched. And that second pitch is a ball lower and inside with 36 walks on the year and 65 strikeouts.
Yeah, not as strikeout heavy as Cooley, but some really good numbers. At 1 point, that sub 2 ERA proves that she can play at the D2 level.
And she threw that pitch for a called strike at the bottom of the zone.
Anna was 2 for 4 last game. A couple strikeouts as well, though.
And that is a ball 3. She definitely had the majority of the hits against Cooley. Let's see if the Golden Suns can capitalize on this freshman here. Allen fouls that one back and runs the count full. And pretty much the same defensive alignment as last game for the Rogers State Hillcats. Payoff pitch is high and inside. Anna fouls that one towards the parking lot. And that was kind of towards the Rogers State bus. So they will get another pitch here. Here's the payoff. And that is a walk for Anna. And she tells Maya Curry what she saw.
That's going to be crucial for the Golden Suns to find a way to get Anna to score. They need to strike first, need to take advantage of their advantage on the bases compared to Rogers State.
They really do. And Maya was up to bat in the last inning of the previous game and had that hit that almost scored Dixon. That Coach Jones was adamant that there was an obstruction call. So the first pitch to her is a ball as she offered to bunt. Swings through that one for strike 1. It was pretty much too little too late on that call on the offense, waking up for the Golden Suns. Throws down the bunt. Third baseman catches it cleanly and throws out Curry. My apologies. However, Anna moves up 60 feet. So the sack bunt works to perfection with Aubrey Jones coming up to bat.
Yeah, that's just what the Golden Suns are going to have to do here, especially with their bad sleeping. They haven't gotten a lot of production from them in recent memory. Just get them on, get them over, get them in. Just need that clutch hit with runners in scoring position. They haven't gotten a lot of them.
They sure haven't. And that first pitch, Aubrey swings through and for strike 1.
Aubrey was 0 for 1 last game. Had 2 walks.
And that pitch is in there for a called strike. Aubrey goes down 0-2. However, she is more than capable of battling back and earning a walk. And that pitch is way outside for ball 1. And she did not swing at that one as it was in the other batter's box. Here comes the 1-2. And cues that one off the end of the bat down the left field line. Foul. And she'll earn another pitch. Aubrey is by far the most dangerous Golden Suns hitter. And fouls that one back. She will earn one more pitch as she is batting .350 on the year so far. With she also has 11 stolen bases as well if she gets on base. And rolls over that one to the second baseman. Fires over the first. However, Anna moves over 60 feet. And Aubrey gets the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Allie White. As Allie will be the designated player for this game, as she will not be pitching as she pitched the last game in the circle. And fouls that first pitch back for strike one. So the sophomore White is batting 284 so far on the year after that previous game. Has 25 RBIs so far this year. Let's see if she can get number 26 here. That pitch is inside for a ball one.
She was also 1 for 3 last game.
She also has 13 walks on the year, but has 15 strikeouts. Here's a 1-1. And that is outside for a ball two. So see what kind of damage White can do. That is inside and low for ball three. Definitely worked into a hitter's count here. As the Golden Suns faithful in the dugout do their famous 3-1 chant whenever there's a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Low and inside on the turf, and that would be ball four. So that's another walk for the Golden Suns, and that'll bring up Caroline Wilhelm.
Caroline was 0 for 2 last game, had a walk.
And that put our average at 277 so far this year. The senior was the hero in the Oklahoma Baptist series as she did the walk-off hit single that secured the win for the Golden Suns in game number 3. Let's see if she can add to her RBI total of 23 here. And that pitch is outside for ball one. So that evens the count at 1-1. We'll also see how Hill deals with traffic on the bases. And that is hit towards third, able to glove it and throw Caroline out, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So we remain scoreless heading into the top half of the second. This is Golden Sun softball.
You belong at a school that understands your needs. At Arkansas Tech University, you'll receive a personalized education designed with your interests in mind, offering over 150 degrees.
As we head to the top half of the second inning of this second game of this doubleheader, it'll be Jaden Jordan here at the plate for the Rogers State Hillcats. As Ainsley Moore will be in the circle again.
Jordan was 1 for 3 last game.
And belts that one, and Dixon is on her horse and able to glove it for the first out of the inning.
What a great read off the bat from Dixon, immediately knowing where she's going with that ball. Getting to her spot, getting under it. Nice play from her.
For sure, for sure. And so That'll bring up Sailor Brown, who's behind the plate for the Hillcats again. Orchestrating the defense with Kinsley Hill in the circle. And that pitch is up for ball one. So here is the 1-0. And that is foul tip and caught by Victoria Hughes for strike number one. Great job there by Hughes behind the dish, catching that foul ball, that foul tip. And tried to frame that one, did not get the call, and that'll be a ball. So the count runs to 2-1. Here's the 2-1, and that ball was hit sharply foul down the left field line. Count runs even at 2-2. Ansley is the most dangerous when she has her drop ball working. And so far, it has, these last two Roger State batters have belted balls on the barrels on the ball. And that one's foul. Kind of a cue shot on the off the end of the bat there. And we will get one more pitch. So needless to say that Ansley has her most success at the bottom of the zone. See what kind of pitch she has here. Here's a 2-2. And that one's belted towards Dixon again, on her horse, and gets the catch. What an incredible play.
Yeah, not an easy one whatsoever. That flare kind of ran away from her a little bit more than she thought. Ended up laying out for it. Amazing play from Dixon. Back to back.
Not to mention the Golden Suns defense flashing the leather already in the first two innings. So this will bring up Raylan Morgan, the DP for the Roger State Hillcats. Here's the first pitch. In there for a strike. Had one play last inning with Curry at short. And then another one with Dixon. Again, defense doing its job. That one's fouled back. Quickly moves the count 0-2. For Moore. Already we got in these first two innings so far, we've gotten two Sports Center top 10s. And that one's a sliced foul. Well hit, though. I don't think the way Ansley pitches, her most success is going to be on location and not speed, especially at the bottom of the zone. She's able to get the Hillcat hitters to overswing. That one's outside for ball one. If she can fool them and get those drop balls into the turf and have them overswing it. Here's the 1-2. And that one's chopped foul. Almost in the Roger State dugout. However, because Ansley lives at the bottom of the zone, that induces a lot of ground balls. Definitely has her defense on their toes. And that one's popped up. And Curry calls everybody off and makes the catch, and that'll be the third out of the inning. we head to the bottom of the second, we are still scoreless. This is Golden Sun Softball.
Welcome to St. Mary's Regional Health System, your trusted healthcare partner in Russellville. Since 1925, we've grown alongside our community, providing compassionate care to generations. With advances in technology and a dedicated team, we continue to evolve, driven by our mission of making communities healthier. Thank you, Russellville, for allowing our family to care for yours. St. Mary's Regional Health System, making communities healthier.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun Softball as we head to the bottom half of the second inning here. We are still scoreless.
Now batting, number 2, Destiny Madewell.
And with Destiny Madewell coming up into the box for the Golden Suns against Hill, who's in the circle for the Rogers State Hillcats. She was able to work around 2 walks and get 3 outs in the inning, last half inning. First pitch to Destiny is a ball.
Destiny did struggle in game 1. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Left 5 batters on base.
And that second pitch to Destiny is low for a ball 2.
She had her opportunities with runners on. Just couldn't deliver the clutch hit for the Golden Suns.
That has been, especially when it comes to either equal competition or that one's popped up between, and the right fielder comes in and makes the catch, calling off the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
Now
So
batting, number 21,
that'll bring up Victoria Hughes up to the plate in the box. It seems that has been almost the Achilles heel of this Golden Suns team. That first pitch is a ball, where especially when they're playing either teams that are equally as talented or even have more talent than them, and just can't get the timely hits with runners in scoring position. Here's a 1-0. High and outside for ball 2.
Yeah, both of these teams here today are very similar. The only difference is Arkansas Tech is a little bit deeper in the pitching staff compared to Rogers State, but they both have similar numbers.
And speaking of pitching, that's a called strike on the inside part of the plate.
Victoria Hughes comes into this game batting .220, 41 at bats, 9 hits.
Only 1 RBI though. And that pitch is low in the turf for ball 3. She does have 6 walks on the year, but also has 9 strikeouts. There's the 3-1. That one's laced down the left field line, foul, and out of play.
In the second half of the season, she's become the everyday catcher for Ainsley Moore in game 2.
Yeah, it seems that Ainsley trusts her as her battery mate. And here's the payoff pitch. That one's popped up sky high. And Hill calls everybody off and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Riley Drake
Now batting, number 10, Riley Drake.
into the box for the Golden Suns.
Drake was 0 for 2 in game 1. Had a strikeout. Got pinch hit for by Bancroft.
And first pitch to Riley is a called strike, low and outside. There's the 0-1 in there for a ball, too low. And that one's in there for a called strike. Count moves to 1-2. And the 1-2. And that is outside, evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a really tough leave after seeing a strike on the outside corner of the pitch before. This time laying off that curveball.
That was a really, really good take by Riley there. And here comes the 2-2. And rolls over that one. Third baseman charges, catches it, and throws across the diamond. And that's another 1-2-3 inning. So as we head to the top half of the third, score remains scoreless. This is Golden Sun softball.
Arkansas Tech University has pathways to go to college beyond free and help cover the cost of your education. While other universities may claim a debt-free option via a special scholarship, ATU doesn't need a special scholarship to cover tuition and mandatory fees because we're already one of the most affordable universities in the state. Instead, ATU offers 5 pathways for graduating high school seniors to cover the cost of attending classes. And one of these 5 pathways could pay for you. Apply today at atu.edu/beyondfree.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun softball as we head to the bottom or the top half of the third inning as we remain scoreless so far.
Rael Gorman.
And so we will start with Rayleigh Gorman, number 9, right fielder. Senior is batting .216 on the year so far. After that first game, again, we'll get the pitch from Ainsley here shortly. And first pitch to her is a ball low in the zone. Here's a 1-0. And that's rolled over. Curry charges, throws across, and gets the first out of the inning.
Not an easy play whatsoever. Curry fielding on a hop, off-balance throw. Difficult play made easy.
And so that'll bring up the center fielder, Carly Smith,
Carly Smith.
who the sophomore is batting .233 on the year so far. And has 14 RBIs so far, although she has 19 strikeouts. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1 on Ainsley. The 0-1, strike 2 as it's foul tipped into Victoria Hughes' glove. And Ainsley's getting her sign. The 0-2 and high for ball 1. As you have said many times, Jonah, these two teams are very similar, so we may be in store for another pitcher's duel here. Here's the 1-2. Foul. And we'll get another pitch here shortly.
And both teams lean heavy on their pitching and defense, and both have really good pitching and defense. Just haven't been able to get anything from their bats on both sides.
So and the 1-2 again. Rolled over, and Riley misses it as he tried to charge and glove it, and that'll be the first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, likely going to be ruled in there that hit the glove of Riley Drake.
Now batting
Usually a
for
play she
Chelsea,
makes.
Chloe Cardona.
She's been so good over there this past month.
And you are correct, Jonah. It is ruled an error. So that'll bring up number 17, the other third baseman, Chloe Cardona, into the box. Ainsley calls time. And we'll reset the pitch clock.
Cardona is 1 for 2 last game. Had a walk as well.
And that first pitch to Cardona is a ball at the bottom of the zone. It seems like Destiny and Maya are playing at double play depth. That would be apropos because Ainsley is such a drop ball pitcher. Get a grounder. And that's foul off the end of the bat.
Yeah, got a piece of the home plate umpire here. He's pretty shaken up.
And looks like he's going to ask something from the training staff. Let's see. And we will take a short break here as we make sure our umpire gets situated and fixed up. This is Golden Sun softball. All right, welcome back to Golden Sun Softball. Our home plate umpire was able to get bandaged up by the incredible athletic training staff here at Arkansas Tech University. And we will resume here very shortly. And just to get a reset on everything, we have a scoreless game with runner on first and with one out and a count of 1-1. And that pitch is low for ball 2.
Carly Smith is on first for Rogers. Chloe Cardona at the plate.
And hits that right back to Ainsley, and she throws over to first for the 1-3 putout. And Cardona gets the job done and moves the runner up 60 feet. And so even though it wasn't technically a bunt, it was almost like a sacrifice. And so that'll bring up Bailey King.
Now, Ainsley likely would have went to second with that ball, but Smith took off on that one.
It was possible hit and run there. That was in play. First pitch to King is a ball. As she did not offer at it, even though she checked her swing. And that one's hit sharply. Curry makes another diving stop, throws across, and gets the out again. Flashing the leather for 2 innings so far is Curry at short. And we head to the bottom half of the third with no score still. This is Golden Sun Softball.
Are you ready to get in on the action at Arkansas Tech? Join us for a campus tour and see firsthand why we're the perfect fit for you. Explore these state-of-the-art facilities, meet our friendly faculty and staff, and discover the vibrant student life that awaits. As a bonus, we are now giving bilingual tours in Spanish.
¿Te gustaría conocer el campus de Arkansas Tech? Contáctanos hoy y descubre por qué esta universidad es el lugar donde comienzan los sueños grandes. From our beautiful campus to our endless opportunities, there's something for everyone at ATU. Visit atu.edu/admissions to schedule your tour today and to start your journey to success.
All right, welcome back to
5, Dixon.
Golden Sun Softball as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Stepping up to be another pitcher's duel here as we have no score and no hits on either side with one error committed by the Golden Suns. And Aaliyah Dixon steps into the box here with nobody on base and tries to bunt, does not offer, and that goes for ball 1.
Dixon was 0 for 1 in game 1. Had a couple walks.
She is definitely not your typical 9-hole hitter. As she is batting .321 on the year so far. And that second pitch was a ball outside. Roger State playing for her to bunt or slap as the third baseman pinches in. And swings through that pitch for strike 1. As that one was low and outside. And that is strike 2 as she swings and misses at that pitch. So that evens the count at 2-2. Dixon was the one that did get thrown out at home at the end of the game. Fouls that pitch back for the previous game as Coach Jones sent her as Curry got a hit. There's a 2-2 again, and pops that one. Shortstop is able to catch it, and that's the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Anna Winkfield.
Now batting, number 27, Anna Wingfield.
And so this will be her second time seeing Hill in the circle.
She walked the first time facing Hill. Got straightened on base.
I will say after this first pitch is into the turf there for ball one. I will say the mood from the dugout to the locker room, the Golden Suns, was not that high. They thought there was definitely an obstruction call to be made. And Anna laces that one, and that goes past the left fielder, and she's digging for two. And she will do a stand-up double as the throw comes in and misses the second base as she screams at the dugout trying to fire up her team.
Yeah, Anna absolutely got a hold of that one, ripping that right to the wall. No chance for the left fielder Bush to make a play. Good double by Anna. That's what they need.
They sure do. And now that brings up Maya Curry. Let's see if the Golden Suns can capitalize with the first. That's actually the first hit of the ball game so far between either side. And Curry does the bunt/slap motion and gets the ball. Does not offer at the pitch. So count runs to 1-0. And swings through that pitch for strike one. Coach Jones telling her to make sure she gets her pitch to hit. Swings at that one, fouls it back for strike two. So now she'll be in protect mode here with 2 strikes on her. Here comes the 1-2. High and outside for ball two. These are definitely better at bats by these Golden Suns hitters so far after seeing the pitcher once through the lineup. Here's the 2-2, and that is outside for ball three. Count runs full.
And Kinsley Hill is not typically a strikeout pitcher, only 65 in 91 innings coming into this game. She relies on a lot of weak contact and allowing her defense to work, which she's done so far today.
And the payoff pitch is right back to the pitcher, and she throws over the third. We're in a rundown here, and Anna gets back safely. And the Rogers State coach is not happy about that call. So that'll bring up Aubrey Jones.
Now batting, number 16, Aubrey Jones.
As Curry is on first and Anna is at second with speed to burn if Aubrey gets a hold of one here. And pops that one back for strike one. There's also only one out as well. So let's see if Aubrey can make it a productive out. If she does get out, make sure to move the runners up 60 feet. And fouls that one back, quickly down 0-2.
Yeah, it was really big that Anna got back to the base on that one, not allowing that second out on the run, on the bases. Just a late throw from Cardona at third base that allowed Anna to get back into second. Tag was just a little too late.
And that pitch was low and outside for ball one. It sure was. I don't know if the Roger State coach did come out. I don't know who she was yelling at, either the umpire or her teammates or her team for having that late throw to second base. Here's the 1-2. Aubrey rolls it over to the second baseman, and that's a productive out as it moves up the runner 60 feet. And Allie White will have the opportunity to drive in 2 RBIs here.
Now batting, number 33.
Yeah, Allie had a walk last time she was up in this one. I got a feeling she's going to deliver a big hit here for the Golden Suns.
I hope you're right there, Jonah. These Golden Suns hitters need this. And Allie asked for time, and we'll reset the pitch clock. And so, first pitch to Allie is in there for a called strike. Low and out and outside. So, count is on 1-1. Hill delivers. And low and inside for ball 1. Anything that Allie hits into the outfield, it will score both Anna and Curry, who's at second, with their speed. Here comes the 1-1. And that's rolled over to the shortstop. Makes a grab, throws over the first, and that would be the final out of the inning. So another burned opportunity by the Golden Suns, leaving 2 more on base. The score remains scoreless heading into the top of the 4th. This is the Golden Suns softball.
Now batting, number 10.
All right,
Riley
welcome
Bush.
back to Golden Sun softball as we head to the top half of the 4th inning here with the score remaining scoreless as Riley Bush steps into the box for the Hillcats. However, the Golden Suns left two runners on base that last half inning. Ansley's first pitch is a called strike on the outside part of the plate.
Bush is 0 for 1 in this one, had a ground out earlier.
So let's hope that wasn't another missed opportunity by the Golden Suns with runners in scoring position. That one's hit sharply and through the 5-6 hole as Riley and Maya tried to dive for it, and that should be the first hit for Roger State in this game. And they do roll it a hit.
Yeah, great effort from Riley Drake and Maya Curry, both laying out for that ball, trying to keep it in front of them.
Now batting, number
Just
1.
found that perfect
Mariah
spot in the
Belzer.
hole where it sneaks through.
And so that'll bring up Mariah Belzer up for the Hillcats. And Caroline and Riley are pinching in, thinking there's a sack bunt coming on. They are correct. And back pit towards Destiny, unsuccessful by Victoria. And that was a ball call. Actually, sorry. Correction, that was a strike. She did offer at it.
Belzer's also 0 for 1 today, had a ground out.
And that's bunt is on again. That one is called a ball. as the count evens at 1-1.
Lindsay Moore just has one strikeout so far in this one, no walks. She's got a lot of weak contact. Her defense has made a lot of plays behind her.
I would say that one is a strike as the bunt was offered at. Count runs to 1-2. I will say a couple of those plays have been some flashy leather by Maya Curry at short and Aaliyah Dixon in right field. And the 1-2. And just barely missed and for ball 2. That was a borderline pitch there that missed. So the count is even at 2-2.
What a big strikeout that would have been for Ainsley.
That sure would have been. And that one's a weak contact. Destiny throws to Murray and throws over to first and only gets the runner. And so that'll be 1 out on the inning. And so that'll bring up Jaden Jordan for the
Now
Hillcats.
batting, number 19, Jaden Jordan.
Jordan's 0 for 1 today, or in this game. Flew out in her first at-bat.
And was that one of the ones that Dixon caught in right field that she dove for?
Correct.
Okay. And that one, first pitch Jordan is outside for ball 1. One of those incredible Sports Center top 10 plays here. I wouldn't think with Jordan at bat there would be a bunt on here, but never know what the Rogers State coaching staff is doing. Ainsley throws that one way high for ball 2.
Yeah, likely not with Jaden Jordan batting .373 on the year. 47 hits and 126 at-bats. 8 doubles, 10 home runs, 29 RBIs. That ties for the lead on the team.
By far their most dangerous hitter. And the 2-0. And fouls that one down towards the right side. So it would be 2 balls and 1 strike count. So see what Ainsley has got here. And low for ball 3. So Jordan was able to check her swing with that pitch. See if she can get another ground ball here and possibly get a double play. And does not offer, and that'll be a walk to Jordan. So that'll bring up the catcher, Sailor Brown, for the Hillcats. And it looks like the Hillcats are bringing in a pinch runner for Jordan. So that'll be number 3, Taylon Bollinger.
Now pinch running, number 3, Taylon Ballinger.
Ballinger. My apologies to her family. Ballinger. So as Sailor Brown gets ready to step into the box here. And I will say the double play is still on probably. If the ball gets hit up towards the middle. See if Ainsley can induce it and get out of this jam here. First pitch. Inside for ball 1. So the 1-0 and is inside again for ball 2. Wonder if either the pitching coach or Coach Jones might call a timeout here, maybe to break up this rhythm that Ansley's in. Here's the 2-0. That one's foul. And so that'll make the count 2-1. So that one's hit sharply between first and second. Aaliyah gets it, comes up throwing, and holds the runner at third. And so that'll only be a single.
Yeah, great throw from Dixon and Wright, not allowing that runner from third to round and head home.
So that'll be leave the bases loaded right now. And here comes Coach Jones to talk to Ansley in the circle, as well as her defense. And we will be right back after this short break. This is Golden Sun Softball. All right, welcome back to Golden Sun Softball. Meeting is adjourned with Coach Jones. And looks like all the infield is playing up as there's a force out on every base. Trying to get the runner at home. And so this will be Raylan Morgan up to bat for the Hillcats, the designated player. Here's the first pitch. And that is lined sharply, and Riley Drake shows off the leather again and grabs it.
What a play from Riley Drake. All instincts there, just snatching up, grabbing that ball out of the air. Massive play from the third baseman.
Man, this is, we might as well call this the Golden Sun Sports Center Top 10 game with all these flashing the leather here.
Yeah, that one certainly saved a few runs.
At least two. So the right fielder, Rayleigh Gorman, up to bat for the Hillcats. And that just to prove to you why they call it the hot corner at third base. First pitch to her from Ansley. This at bat is a ball. Just an incredible play. Here's the 1-0. And throws in there for a strike. Seems like a big moment in the game with this. With 2 outs, bases loaded. Count 1-1. The way it's going so far. And inside for ball 2. And the Arkansas Tech faithful are not happy with that call. Here comes the 2-1. And that's softly hit. Curry charges it, throws over to first. And Ansley gets out of the jam, leaves the bases loaded as we remain scoreless halfway through at the bottom half of the fourth. This is Golden Sun Softball.
You belong at a school that understands your needs. At Arkansas Tech University, you'll receive a personalized education designed with your interests in mind, offering over 150 degree options both online and in person, with classes taught by dedicated instructors committed to helping you succeed in your chosen field. Grow beyond your expectations. Apply today and discover why you belong at ATU.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun softball as we head to the bottom half of the fourth. As we remain scoreless, that the Golden Suns were able to get out of a bases-loaded jam the last half inning and not allow a run. Should have been a key moment. Yeah. A key moment there so far in this game as Caroline Wilhelm steps into the box. First pitch to her at this at-bat is a ball outside. Kinsley Hill was still in the circle for the Hillcats.
Yeah, now both teams have left 4 runners on base.
1-0 gets through the hole and chopped down by the shortstop, however, was unable to make the throw. And so that'll put Caroline in that score to hit.
Now batting, number 2, Destiny Maywell.
So that'll bring up Destiny Madewell for the Golden Suns.
Madewell's 0 for 1 in this game. Flew out last time she was up. Had a couple strikeouts in game 1.
And tries to throw down a bunt and fouls it down the right field line. Just trying to manufacture anything against these pitchers who are proven their salt, their worth, and their salt worth.
Yeah, the issue hasn't been getting on base or even getting in scoring position. It's just delivering a hit once runners are there.
And once that works the sacrifice to perfection, right back to the pitcher for the 1-3 put out. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
A lot of the credit can go to the defense on both sides.
There's a little bit of a confusion here. I'm confused as well. So they sent Caroline back to first.
Now batting, number 21.
I'm confused on that one. Did she leave early or? So Rogers State coach comes out to talk to her pitcher in the circle and calls time. And she goes to talk to the one of the umpires in the field. So trying to gander at what exactly is going on here. And she got an explanation and I guess she's not arguing it. So we will reconvene with softball here as Victoria Hughes steps into the box. And I'm as confuzzled as anybody. Do you know what could have happened there, Jonah?
No, I actually don't know what happened. Maybe Caroline left early.
I'm not sure, but at any rate, first pitch to Victoria is a strike. So the count is 0-1. And second pitch to her is a ball outside. Count goes to 1-1. I always thought if you left early, you were out.
Yeah, and she's still on base and the hitter's out, so I'm not exactly sure what they ruled there.
Not sure either.
But that's such a big moment, too, because now you don't have a runner in scoring position.
That is very true. Very true. So that pitch there was a ball 2-1 and low for that pitch for ball 3.
It's been weird offensive execution from both these teams today.
I will say, if you're a fan of pitching, these are 2 games that you need to watch. And that is a walk for Victoria Hughes. That ball was not even close to the zone.
Riley Drake.
So that'll bring up Riley Drake, who made the incredible catch last half inning, flashing the leather as a reaction to the hard hit ball. That is why they call it the hot corner at third. So there's 2-1 with 1 out. So they do get a runner in scoring position. She hits the first pitch, and center fielder makes the catch. And that will be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Riley Drake got all of that one just right at Smith in center, who was well positioned. Unfortunate for Riley Drake. That's how the game goes sometimes. And big spot here for Dixon.
Yep, and that would bring up Aaliyah Dixon here to the box. And that'll be first pitch ball, as runners are still at first and second. Like you said, Jonah, it hasn't been it's not been getting on base. It's getting that timely hit. And Dixon swings through that one for strike one. It's just getting that timely hit to get that run across home plate for either side. And Dixon throws down the bunt, and it is foul. And tries to move up the runners 60 feet, get on herself, and she is more than capable of doing that with a bunt.
Yeah, she saw the third baseman Cardona playing back by the base. Saw an opportunity to bunt for a hit. She's really good at doing that, almost delivered there.
Sure did. Here's the 1-2. Swings through that one, and that'll be a strikeout, and that'll end the inning. As we are halfway through, heading into the top half of the fifth with the score remaining 0-0. This is Golden Sun softball.
Are you ready to get in on the action at Arkansas Tech? Join us for a campus tour and see firsthand why we're the perfect fit for you. Explore the state-of-the-art facilities, meet our friendly faculty and staff, and discover the vibrant student life that awaits. As a bonus, we are now giving bilingual tours in Spanish.
¿Te gustaría conocer el campus de Arkansas Tech? Contáctanos hoy y descubre por qué esta universidad es el lugar donde comienzan los sueños grandes. From our beautiful campus to our endless opportunities, there's something for everyone at ATU. Visit atu.edu/admissions to schedule your tour today and to start your journey to success.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun softball as we head to the top half of the fifth inning. As we have made it halfway through the second game here at Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex on the campus of Arkansas Tech University. And Coach Jones has gone to her bullpen again, which consists of Emily Richard as she comes in for Ansley Moore. First pitch is ball as number 11, Carly Smith for the Rogers State Hillcats, steps into the box.
Ainsley threw really good through 4 innings. She gave up no runs, only 2 hits, a walk, a strikeout. Coach Jones electing to go to Richard here early.
She does, and so gets that called strike on the inside part of the plate. Yeah, it is a bit of a kerfuffle thinking. Here's a 1-1. Swinging through that for strike 2. I guess Coach Jones didn't like the traffic that was getting on the base pass with and how hard the Rogers State hitters were belting that ball. So here's a 1-2 and barely misses. And Richard just kind of chuckled at that one and evens the count at 2-2.
He hasn't been given a lot of strikes at the bottom of the strike zone.
And almost the exact same spot and does not get that call. Count runs full. See what Richard comes with this payoff pitch. And swinging straight three, and she does her little strikeout dance. And that'll be the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Chloe Cardona
Chloe Cardona.
for the Hillcats of Rogers State. And first pitch is swinging to foul tip and strike one. And here comes the 0-1. And high for ball one. Like you said, Jonah, it wasn't that, Ansley was pitching bad. It may just be that these Hillcat hitters, and that pitch is low and outside for ball two. Just that they were seeing the ball really well, and that Coach Jones didn't want to take another chance with Ansley rolling out there in the circle.
Well, it could also just be that she wants to work Emily Richard and get her pitching in before this massive weekend against Harding here at home.
That is very possible, too. And barely misses that one for ball three. And Victoria asked the umpire where that one was. That is correct, Jonah. We do. Tech has a massive series against Harding this upcoming weekend here at Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex. The 3-1. Swings through that one for strike two. He makes the count full. As both teams in that series are trying to keep pace with Southern Arkansas and Oklahoma Baptist at the top of the GAC. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging straight three and does the dance again for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Bailey King. Will face
Now
Richard.
batting, number 34, Bailey King.
And Bailey fouls that one down the right field line. And Coach Jones has Caroline and Riley at the corners playing up, seeing if Bailey will try to bunt her way on or do a slap hit. As the corners are pinched in with nobody on base with 2 outs. Here comes the 0-1. Outside for ball one. Here's a 1-1. That is popped up and fouled down the right field line. Weakly contacted for strike two. See what kind of pitch Richard is going to pitch here. See if she can get another strikeout the side on this inning. And throws outside for ball two. So the count Goes to 2-2. And here comes the 2-2. And that's popped up and right behind us and Bailey will earn another pitch. Turning out to be a battle between King and Richard here. And Richard throws that inside an umpire says ball 3. Not really sure where that one missed.
Yeah, it's really tightened the zone as this game has gone on. Not a lot of these calls going the Golden Suns' way.
So we have a full count here. Payoff pitch, softly foul, right behind us. And we'll earn another pitch here. Another payoff pitch. Again, this has turned out to be quite a battle between King and Richard. See who's going to win it. And King believed that she got hit, and she wins the battle. And so that'll put a runner at first with 2 outs, and Riley Bush will come up to the plate.
Number 10, Riley Bush.
Yeah, King's someone who likes to step into her swing. Got a piece of the elbow pad.
Actually, Coach Jones is coming out to talk with the home plate umpire, seeing if it hit the knob of the bat. And the home plate umpire will confirm with his other umpires and seeing if it did hit off the knob of the bat. If that is true, then we may get a foul ball. And nope, they say hit her elbow pad. So that was a quick meeting. And like you said, Jonah, not a lot of these calls going the Golden Suns' way by this umpiring crew. So here comes the first pitch from Richard. Going stealing, and Victoria Hughes throws her out. And that'll be the last out of the inning. So we head to the bottom half of the 5th where the score remains 0-0. This is Golden Sun softball. All right, welcome back to Golden Sun softball as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Score remains 0-0 as the Golden Suns were able to throw out the runner trying to steal second for the final out of the inning. As Hill is still in the circle with Anna Winkfield up to bat for the Golden Suns. First pitch to her is in the turf for ball 1.
Is 1 for 1 in this game. Also has a walk. Drilled that double earlier.
She unfortunately was not able to come home after that double as she was stranded on third base. And that one is upstairs for ball 2. One of the ways that the Golden Suns have not been able to get the timely hit to bring home the runner. And that is ball 3, high and outside. And Anna will take her walks for sure at the top of the lineup. Here's the 3-0. And barely catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So the count goes to 3-1. And that's ball 4. So that'll bring up Maya Curry as Anna earns the walk.
Now back,
So
number 11, Maya Curry.
let's see what Coach Jones has in store.
Yeah, likely with someone with the bunting skills that Curry possesses. She's going to lay one down here, put it on in scoring position.
And first pitch to Curry is a called strike, outside part of the plate. I would think that your analysis, Jonah, would be correct. And with Curry's speed, I would think that she would try to get on herself. Fouls that one back for strike 2.
Yeah, Coach Jones electing not to bunt Curry. Now Curry finds herself down 0-2. Got to put something in play here.
She sure does. Especially down 0-2. More in the protect mode here. High and outside. And Anna goes and late throw. And able to steal second.
Yeah, Anna just caught Brown sleeping. Brown was not expecting Anna to take off there. Brown also struggled to get the softball out of her glove.
So Curry still at bat with Anna at second. And slaps that one towards left field, and the left fielder makes a catch. And Curry will be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Bush was just perfectly positioned there and left right on that line. Curry unable to drop it in.
So that'll bring up
Now
Aubrey
batting, number
Jones
16, Aubrey Jones.
up to the plate for the Golden Suns. Another opportunity with a runner in scoring position. See if they can capitalize. First pitch pop up, and shortstop calls off third base, and she makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Not an easy play for the shortstop Bills. They're battling the sun on that one. She doesn't have any sunglasses. Third baseman Cardona actually gave up on that ball, and she has sunglasses.
Now that'll be bring up Allie White. First pitch is a ball. I wonder, even though there's 2 outs, I wonder if, since Allie is a right-handed hitter, I wonder if they'll try to send Anna on a steal to third.
Yeah, definitely not going to happen, especially if Allie puts this one in the outfield. Anna will score.
And that is hit sharply at the second baseman. She makes the catch. And that'll be the third out of the inning. So we still remain scoreless heading into the top half of the 6th. This is Golden Sun softball.
Number 10, Riley Bush.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun Softball as we head to the top half of the 6th inning with Emily Richard still in the circle for the Golden Suns. As first pitch is high for ball 1. It'll be number 10 Riley Bush in the box.
Bush is 1 for 2 in this game. Had a single and a ground out.
So it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Hillcats. The 1-0 is in there at the bottom of the zone for strike 1 for Richard. Here's the 1-1. And low for ball 2 from Richard. Another ample opportunity for the Golden Suns to get a run across, but they were unsuccessful last half inning. Here's the 2-1, and that one's foul for strike 2. As Anna Winkfield was at second, but she was stranded there. Golden Suns just not able to get that timely hit so far within these two games and subsequently last weekend. The 2-2. And that is outside for ball 3. Count runs full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and strike 3 as Richard is able to send out Bush. And so that'll bring up Mariah Belzer.
Yeah, that's Richard's 3rd strikeout in 4 batters
Now batting,
face.
Number 1, Mariah Belzer.
So she's loving doing her check mark dance after a strikeout. Here's the first pitch to Belzer. Foul back. And that'll be strike 1. The wind has shifted, blowing in towards the ballpark, as our American flag is telling us out in center field. Here comes the 0-1. And swinging strike 2 as Richard is able to get Belzer to swing at that pitch.
Yeah, massive movement on that one from Richard. That breaking ball fades away and out of the zone, away from Belzer's bat. Good pitch.
Absolutely. Here comes the 0-2. And strike 3 as the reverse K. Impressive pitch there by Richard. So
4th strikeout in 5 batters face. She's cruising.
Now batting, number 19.
So
Jaden
that'll
Jordan.
bring up Jaden Jordan up to bat for the Hillcats. Richard has definitely came in locked in so far. And that one's outside for ball 1. Just barely missed the outside part of the plate there. That's it. That's exactly what you want from your bullpen. Swinging strike 1 is for them to come in and be locked in right away and just start throwing strikes. Even better when you can get that many strikeouts with that many batters faced. Here is the 1-1 from Richard. Strike 2 as Jordan is unsuccessful with that pitch. Swings through it. Richard's pitches seem very crisp right here. She is completely locked in here. See if she can get another swinging strike here. The 1-2. And does not. And goes low for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. And that one's fouled back. And Jordan will earn another pitch from Richard. As she barely got weak contact, was able to foul it off. Let's see what Richard comes up with this pitch. Another 2-2. And outside for ball 3. Just barely missed the plate with that one. And we got a full count here on Jordan. And here comes the payoff pitch. And that's softly tapped into no man's land and called a fair ball. As the Golden Suns were not able to recover that.
Yeah, tough break for them. Just that flare gets over Caroline Wilhelm's head. Unable to make the play. Just put it in a spot where they couldn't get it.
Just an unlucky bounce for the Golden Suns there with that hit. Just put it in no man's land. So that'll bring up Sailor Brown, the catcher for the Hillcats, with Jordan at first. And that one's low in the turf. However, Victoria was able to corral it and not let it get past her, not allowing Jordan to advance 60 feet. And here comes the 1-0. And swinging strike one from Richard.
Richard not letting that flare phase her, getting right back into the zone and attacking these hitters.
She really isn't. Here comes the 1-1. And that's foul back for strike 2. So, and it's not even that these Hillcat hitters are barreling it up. They're getting weak contact even on these foul balls. Here comes the 1-2. And low for ball 2. Sailor was not offering at that as a swinging third strike. So here comes the 2-2. And gets that strikeout and works around the hit for another 0 up the top of half of the 6th. As we head to the bottom, we are still scoreless. This is Golden Sun softball.
Arkansas Tech University has pathways to go to college beyond free and help cover the cost of your education. While other universities may claim a debt-free option via a special scholarship, ATU doesn't need a special scholarship to cover tuition and mandatory fees because we're already one of the most affordable universities in the state. Instead, ATU offers 5 pathways for graduating high school seniors to cover the cost of attending classes. And one of these 5 pathways could pay for you. Apply today at atu.edu/beyondfree.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun softball as we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning. as we still have no score by either team. They have had their chances with runners in scoring position. However, neither side has gotten that timely hit to score one of those runners. The game reset sits at 0 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Roger State. The Tech Golden Suns have 0 runs on 2 hits with 1 error. Kinsley Hill was still in the circle for the Golden Sun or the Hillcats. First pitch for Caroline Wilhelm, hits it straight out to center, and the center fielder makes the catch.
Yeah, she got all of it, but just not enough juice to get past the center fielder Smith.
Now batting.
Golden Suns being aggressive here at the bottom of the 6th, trying to make something happen.
Indeed they are, and here comes Destiny Madewell. Let's see if she still has the same game plan as her counterpart of Caroline Wilhelm. And she does, but pops it up. And the first baseman, Jordan, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Victoria Hughes.
Now batting, number 21.
Into the
Victoria
box
Hughes.
for the Golden Suns. Almost seems like the Golden Suns are almost pressing a little bit. And Victoria takes that pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, the story in this is that Tech has left 7 runners on base. They're 0 for 11 with runners on.
It's not a good recipe for winning that many ball games. However, that pitch was outside for ball 1. Just need to get that timely hit that the Golden Suns have not been able to get just yet. And that pitch is outside for ball 2 from Hill. All things considered, the even though Hill is a freshman, she has been tough as nails in the circle for the Hillcats. And that one's popped up. And the right fielder comes in and calls off the second baseman and makes the catch. As we head to the top of the 7th, we still have no score. This is Golden Sun softball.
Raylan Morgan.
So, welcome back to Golden Sun softball as we head to the top half of the 7th inning, and we still have no score as Raylan Morgan steps into the box for the Roger State Hillcats. And Emily Richard is still in the circle in relief for the Golden Suns. And first pitch is a called strike. And Richard will be tasked to put up another donut or another 0 on the board, as she has done that so far in her relief appearance in this game, keeping her team in it. There's the 0-1. And low for ball 1. If you like pitching and defense within the game of softball, these two games are games for you, as the previous game was only a 1-0 win, and this one has no score yet. Here's a 1-1. Swinging strike 2.
Yeah, just lack of offensive execution on both sides. in both these games. They've had plenty of runners on base. Just nobody can seem to get a hit.
It seems that the pitchers have had all the answers so far in this game. And the 1-2. And swinging strike three. And there's the check mark for Emily Richard with another strikeout.
Yeah, both of these teams proving why their pitching staff is so good this year.
And so that'll be bring up Rayleigh Gordman as the right fielder for who made the running catch for the third out of the last inning. The first pitch, strike one. Richard has done exactly what you want your relief pitcher to do, is pepper the strike zone as much as possible. Here's the 0-1. Swinging through that, straight two. And Richard quickly gets up in the count, 0-2. Just seems that all offensive execution has been dormant so far for both sides. That one's fouled back. Count remains 0-2, and Rayleigh will get another pitch here from Richard. With only 5 hits between the two teams, that's not a lot of offensive execution. Here's the 0-2. Swinging strike three as she does her check mark again. Richard is just locked in the circle.
Yeah, her 7th strikeout and 8 at-bats against these Hillcats hitters.
That is absolutely incredible. So that'll bring up, I believe, a pitch hitter for the Hillcats. Let's see what, I can't really see the number just yet as the coach is talking with the home plate umpire. So they're coming up, this person's coming in for Carly Smith. It'll be number 7. It'll be Ava Ramos. So she will be pinch hitting for Carly Smith, the center fielder. So we will get back to softball here shortly.
Ramos has yet to have a hit this year. Has 1 at-bat.
And here's the first pitch. And strike one. From Richard. Richard is just locked in right now with her pitches. Here is the 0-1. And barely below the zone for a ball. So that'll even the count at 1-1. Richard calls time, asks for time. She's able to possibly reset the pitch clock. And we are back to softball. Here comes the 0-1, or the 1-1. Swinging straight two, and Ramos almost falls into the other batter's box with that swing. So count goes to 1-2. See if Richard can finish the job here. The 1-2. And barely misses, and she kind of chuckles at that one. And evens the count at 2-2.
This is just the 3rd game for Ramos playing this year. Pinch ran 1 time. Hit 1 time.
The 2-2, and off the plate there for ball 3. So Ramos was able to get a full count on Richard. See what kind of payoff pitch Richard has. here comes the payoff. And swinging strike three, just like she has done since she came in. Another strikeout. So we head to the bottom of the seventh for waiting for some little Golden Sun magic as we remain scoreless. This is Golden Sun softball.
Welcome to St. Mary's Regional Health System, your trusted healthcare partner in Russellville. Since 1925, we've grown alongside our community, providing compassionate care to generations. With advances in technology and a dedicated team, we continue to evolve, driven by our mission of making communities healthier. Thank you, Russellville, for allowing our family to care for yours. St. Mary's Regional Health System, making communities healthier.
All right, welcome back to Golden Sun softball. Here's the situation. Old-fashioned pitcher's duel again with these between these two teams. That we got Riley Drake will be up first. It'll be Drake, Dixon, and Wingfield in the bottom half of the seventh inning as we still have no score. And Kinsley Hill, the freshman, is still in the circle for the Hill Cats of Rogers State. And first pitch to Riley is a ball on the inside part of the plate.
Riley Drake is 0 for 2 in this game, has a ground out and a fly out.
And that pitch is outside for a ball two. Got to give credit where credit is due there, Jonah. Even though the pitcher for the Hill Cats in this game is a freshman, she has held her own against these Golden Suns hitters.
Yeah, she has superb stats, probably the best stats on this Rogers State pitching staff. And she's showing it here today.
And she gets that pitch is up and outside for ball three. And I believe Riley will be taking this pitch the whole way. Probably doesn't have the green light. And that's in there for strike one. As the dugout for the Golden Suns has their chance, and that's a 5-pitch walk for Riley Drake, and that'll bring up Aaliyah Dixon.
And a massive one at that. Golden Suns will now have speed on with no outs. And some good hitting coming up behind.
For sure, and Coach Jones will throw in a pinch runner here. Number 55, which is Lowry. Abby Lowry will be the pinch runner here at first base for the Golden Suns.
Through 6 innings, Kinsley Hill has given up only 2 hits, 5 walks though, only 1 strikeout. She's been getting it done with soft contact and letting her defense make plays.
And they have made the plays for sure, just as the Golden Suns defense has for when Ainsley Moore was pitching for them at the top of this game. And bunt was on, and home plate umpire says that Dixon offered at it for strike one, or it was a strike. Third baseman for Rogers State playing way up down the line. And bunt is still on. Third baseman picks it up and throws out Dixon. However, runner was able to move up, so the sacrifice works to perfection.
The fact that Dixon was only out by a step is so impressive. Her speed is something else. Good play by Cardona to barehand that and go over to first. If she doesn't barehand that, Dixon is certainly safe.
That is probably the only way that she was able to throw out Dixon. Now the Rogers State coach calls time and has a meeting in the circle with Hill in her infield. And we will be back shortly after this short break. This is Golden Sun Softball. And that is a very, very short break. I thought it was going to last longer. So, as the Rogers State coach leaves Hill in the circle, as they talk strategy with Anna Winkfield up to bat for the Golden Suns. And Hill throws that first pitch outside for ball one to Anna.
Anna is 1 for 1 in this game. Has 2 walks as well.
And that second pitch is way outside for ball two. Wasn't even a competitive pitch with that pitch. So Anna's able to work a hitter's count here at 2-0.
The Golden Suns are looking for their first hit with runners on.
And it almost looks like that they are going to somewhat intentionally, unintentionally walk on a Wingfield as the Rogers State catcher is setting up in the other batter's box. That's exactly what they're going to do, and that'll bring up Maya Curry.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. You can get a force out at every base now. That double play opportunity is there. Plus, Anna has gotten on every single time leading up to this at-bat.
Although, the trade-off is that Curry has blazing speed and can use it to her advantage, as she is very much a slap bunt hitter and would be difficult to turn a double play on her with her speed.
The center fielder is playing into left center. There's a massive gap in left field, and that's where she hits it.
And that's where she hits it, and that is down for a hit. Here comes Brindley Bancroft, and that'll do it as the Golden Suns walk it off again.
Yeah, Abby Laurie scoring the game-winning run there. What a moment for Maya Curry delivering.
So that's 2 walk-offs within roughly 2 games for the Golden Suns. So they end up winning this one 1-0 as the final hit was put in the left center field gap and they were able to score. And so any final thoughts here, Jonah, as the Golden Suns pick up the split on this series?
Both of these pitching staffs really showed their teeth in this split series. Not a lot of hits, not a lot of offensive execution. Both these teams need to pick up their offense if they want a chance in their conferences going down the stretch, especially Arkansas Tech going against Harding this upcoming weekend.
That is correct, as we will be back with the upcoming rivalry matchup with Harding as they come into Russellville as they to Chartwell's Women's Sports Complex. With Friday and Saturday, we'll be having a call here for you on the Tech Sports Network. This is Arkansas Tech softball on the Arkansas Tech Sports Network. Have a good night, everybody.